For the bridge, we're gonna have a weight on our hips, and this can be a light weight, it can be body weight, so no weight at all, or it could be a really chunky dumbbell, completely dependent upon what you're wanting to do. We're gonna make sure that those heels are closer to our butt rather than further from our butt, because we're gonna have more glute engagement with that. We're gonna drive and we're gonna tuck our tailbone, and then we're gonna drive through the heels, lifting the hips up, full extension, lock out at the top, and then we're gonna slow control down. So this is gonna just engage your hamstrings a little bit, but mostly we wanna hit the glutes. And again, with that tucking, you're making sure that you're not leading with your back, which would obviously not be targeting any of the muscles that we're wanting to hit. For a narrow bridge, we're gonna have a ball. We're gonna put that right between our knees, and you don't have to have a ball, but I do like how that kind of really makes you engage those inner thigh muscles a little bit more. So you're gonna keep the heels where they were, you're gonna tuck the tailbone under, and you're gonna drive up, and you're gonna give a little squeeze to that ball. So you're not trying to pop it, but you're trying to give it a little extra squeeze, and then you would just rep it out, or you could always do an iso hold at the top completely, again, depending upon what you're wanting to feel and what you're wanting to do with this exercise. For the wide bridge variation, instead of having those heels in front of your hips, you're gonna pull them out to the side a little bit, and then you're gonna have your toes point out a little bit as well. You're gonna kind of pay attention to how this feels when you bridge up and making sure that your toes are in the right position, because sometimes they can come too far out or they'll be too far forward. So kind of play with that, make sure that it feels good. You should feel more the outside of your glutes with this exercise, so kind of like a side butt feel, a little bit more than in a normal bridge variation or a narrow bridge variation. Another great variation to hit that glute medius is to put a band above your knees. You're gonna wanna choose a tension that allows you to have it with your heels a little bit pulled out to the side. So when you come up, you're gonna feel that tension. You're gonna pull those knees out. You're gonna let those come back in, and then you're gonna lower that glute down. So what you'll notice when she bridges up, when she pulls those knees apart, she's not letting her hips sink down. She's keeping those nice and high. So you got that little tuck to the tailbone, driving up, pressing the knees out, pulling them back in, and dropping back down. Lastly, for our iso bridge, which means we're just holding the bridge at the top with abduction. So we're gonna bridge, and then we're gonna just pull those knees out, back in, out, back in. So you'll notice she's not letting her hips drop when she pulls those out. When your hips start to drop as you abduct, that means your glutes are tired and you need to take a break.